Let's be honest, most of us like to think we're mentally strong. We push through tough days, juggle responsibilities, drink our coffee black, and resist the urge to scream into the void when the Wi-Fi goes out. But mental strength isn't just about surviving chaos with a straight face. It's about what we don't do that matters just as much. And believe it or not, there are small, sneaky habits that quietly chip away at your mental toughness. You might not even realize you're doing them. Let's dive into the habits that are making you mentally weaker without you even knowing it. 1. You avoid discomfort like it's your full-time job. Here's the thing. Growth and comfort are terrible roommates. One usually has to move out for the other to thrive. But if you're constantly dodging discomfort, whether it's avoiding hard conversations, procrastinating on goals that scare you, or sticking to the safe zone because, what if I fail? You're slowly weakening your mental muscles. Mentally strong people do uncomfortable things on purpose, not because they enjoy pain, but because they know that's where the growth is. 2. You constantly seek approval. Ah yes, the sweet, fleeting validation of someone saying, "Good job." Don't get me wrong, recognition is nice. We're social creatures, but if you're basing your decisions, self-worth, or hairstyle on whether people will like it, you're handing over your mental power. Every time you seek approval, you give someone else the steering wheel to your self-esteem. And let's face it, some of those people can't even drive straight. Mental strength means being okay with not being everyone's cup of coffee, or tea, or oat milk latte. You get the point. 3. You dwell on things you can't control. Spoiler alert. No one has ever successfully controlled traffic, other people's opinions, or the weather. But that doesn't stop mentally weak people from trying. If you spend your energy obsessing over what should have happened or what they should have said, you're draining mental energy that could be used for actual solutions. Mentally strong people are selective about what they give their energy to. 4. You expect immediate results. In a world where food, dates, and validation are one tap away, patience is on the endangered traits list. But the truth is, anything worth having takes time. Whether it's building confidence, healing from failure, or finally mastering how to fold a fitted sheet. If you expect instant results and quit when progress is slow, you're robbing yourself of resilience. Mental strength is the ability to stick with things long after the excitement has worn off. It's showing up when it's boring, inconvenient, or when no one is clapping. 5. You let your emotions make all the decisions. Your feelings are valid, but they shouldn't be your CEO. Emotions are like toddlers, loud, irrational, and not great with decision-making. When you let anger drive your texts, or fear talk you out of trying, you're giving short-term emotions long-term consequences. Mental strength isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about managing them. Feeling anxious doesn't mean you can't act confident. Feeling scared doesn't mean you shouldn't try. 6. You avoid responsibility. Blaming your boss, your parents, your zodiac sign? Sure, it's convenient, but it also makes you powerless. The more you shift responsibility outward, the less control you believe you have over your own life. Mentally weak people blame, mentally strong people own. They take responsibility, not because it's easy, but because it's the only way they can actually change the outcome. So the next time things go sideways, instead of pointing fingers, ask, "What can I do differently next time?" That's the kind of question that builds strength. 7. You avoid saying no. If your mouth says yes while your brain screams, "Why are we like this?" This one's for you. Saying yes to everything doesn't make you kind. It makes you exhausted. Mentally strong people understand the power of boundaries. Saying no isn't rude, it's responsible. It protects your time, your energy, and your sanity. Mentally weak people avoid saying no because they fear conflict or guilt. But remember this. Every time you say yes to something you don't want, you're saying no to something you do. 8. You let failure define you. Everyone fails. Mentally weak people see it as a stop sign. Mentally strong people see it as a detour. Failure is information. It tells you what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. If you avoid trying because you're afraid to fail, you'll also avoid growing. Mentally strong people fail, feel the sting, learn the lesson, and try again. They don't see failure as who they are, just as part of the process of who they're becoming. 9. You talk to yourself like an enemy. Let's end with this one, because it's the most common and the most destructive. If the voice in your head is constantly tearing you down, you're fighting an uphill battle every single day. Mentally weak people let their inner critic take the mic, unchecked, unchallenged, unfiltered. Mentally strong people train their inner voice. They speak to themselves with kindness, not delusion. They acknowledge flaws without self-loathing. Mental strength isn't about pretending to be tough or never having a bad day. It's about recognizing the habits that chip away at your resilience and doing the inner work to break them. It's about choosing growth over comfort, responsibility over excuses, and self-respect over validation. So, how many of these habits showed up for you? No shame if it's more than a few. That just means you're human. The real flex? Being willing to notice, shift, and grow. Because that's what real mental strength looks like. If you found this video meaningful, drop a comment below and share your experience. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might find this content useful. And as always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.